Hello, today I'm going to tell you about my birth. I was induced in week 39. It was a Monday at 5 p.m. with a balloon catheter. It was inputted in my body to promote some contractions. It was supposed to stay in there for 12 hours and then fall out on its own. It didn't fall out on its own. They had to take it out next day, and then we started induction with pills. I had been receiving angusta pills, 2 pills every 4 hours, and the first day it did give me some contractions, but only slightly. As I remember, without pain. It was just that my tummy was very tight all night and all day, no pain. On the first night, I remember they wanted to keep going all night so that I don't stop, but I said no, I need a break and I want my body to have a break, and they did it. They continued next day. So next day they gave me pills again, same thing, 8 pills all day, and it gave me more contractions. I think I remember it, but it was more contractions every day. So I started on Monday, and on Thursday, which my baby was born on the 6th of February. I started on the 3rd of February. My baby was born on the 6th at 5 p.m. at 5:08 exactly. And it was like this. I had so the first round of contractions in the morning at 8 o'clock or something like that, they told me to go walk, and then I went walking in the hospital all around, and every few minutes I had to sit down on my knees, and I'll show you how I did it. I sit down. So every few meters I crouch down like this, and I was like, ah. And then sometimes I had to put my leg up, or like it was helping me put my leg up like this. And if there was something where I could release my leg on top of, then I would do like that, and it would help me, and I would breathe a few minutes, and then I would continue walking. So that's what I was doing, and people were asking me if I need help, and I say I just have to walk off my contractions, and I'm breathing off my contractions. It was funny. So I was doing it for a while like that, with the walking off, until they were stronger, and then I went to my room. And I remember it being around noon, could have been 2 o'clock, I think it was noon. My official story is it was around noon. My husband came and he was massaging me, and then during one contractions, as he was massaging, my water broke all over the bed. It was a really exciting, fantastic moment. It just made boom, boom, like a water balloon all over the bed. It was funny. And then he asked me, is that the water? Did the water break? And I said, yes, please call the nurses, the water broke. And then the nurses came, and they took the bed and rolled me with the whole bed into the birthing room, into the delivery room. And then I asked them, when they were rolling me, I asked them, what is happening now? And then she smiled at me and said, now the birth is happening. Kind of like that, I remember it. It was so cute. The nurses, I had 2 beautiful midwives, very young, like around 25, 30. They were very sweet. Okay, and then we went to the delivery room. First we went to the delivery rooms were all busy at that time, so we had to take a different kind of room, and so we went there. And first I tried different positions in which I want to press, and the contractions were heavy now. There were already the birthing contractions. And we tried a crutch position first. She brought a little stool, and I was crouching down, and that was the most effective and the most comfortable, as we both found out. I mean, she saw that I could not think clearly at that moment anymore that much, so she recognized it and told me that we try this. And then I said, okay, I was just following everything. And then every contractions I would scream like this, kind of. I remember it being like this. It was really exciting. I was excited. It was painful, but it was like pooping, kind of. It was really... it was most fun for me. The contractions before that, they were not so exciting. They were just kind of useless. But these, the contractions, the birthing contractions, the last stage, it was most effective because they were bringing out the baby, and that was what I wanted. Okay. So then at some point we moved into the delivery room finally. It was free, and then we moved in there, and then we did again the crutching thing, but on the bed. So I would crutch at the edge of the bed and press, and then at some point she says, the head is coming out, do you want to touch it? And then I touched it. It was just very tiny bit of head I could touch on my vajayjay. And then a second time the same thing happened. I could keep pressing, and then again I could feel a little bit more head after a while. And then the moment came where she pulled out a scissor and put it in front of me, and she said, I really don't think I have to use it, but we don't know. And then I saw the scissor. I got panicked. I didn't want to have a cut or anything. I extra did a dumb massage, meaning the massage for the part between anus and vagina, massaging that every day. So I didn't want to have the cutlet there. And then she put out the scissor, and that scared me so much. And I was, in that moment, I thought about every family member in my head. And hello. At that moment I thought about every family member in my family, every family member in Isha's family, and then I give it a last fat press at the end. It was a really hard one, and I pressed the hell out of it, and then she plumped out into the midwife's hand, and she was all blue. I remember looking down, and she was all blue, and she was pushed out like with a lot of water. And then they gave her to me on my arms, and she was all blue. I don't remember anything from then. Okay, next step was the placenta. Placenta came out. Here's my little cutie. That baby came out from my body. So the placenta came. She was pushing on the placenta. I don't know. I thought that there would be contractions and she would come out, but the girl was pushing on it, and then it came out with a whoosh. Again, a lot of water on the midwife, and suddenly I noticed there was a gushing from inside, and there was blood gushing from inside. So the placenta had ripped inside, and I had bleeding. And a few minutes later, I noticed a little bit of everybody talking and stuff. My husband was always there, and I would always look at him before every contract. I forgot to mention that, my God. But every time I had a contraction or anything, and when she came out, I was looking at my husband, always looking at my husband's face and seeing his smile, seeing his face, connecting like that. And then after placenta and the people talking, immediately I see a guy comes in. He's the anesthesiologist, and he explained to me that I have bleeding and I have to have an operation. He asked me some questions about allergies and stuff, and I said I don't have any. And then he put me to sleep. He was counting down, and after that I had to go have an emergency operation for the bleeding to stop, and they also removed everything from the placenta, and also they sewed up my stitches. I had a vaginal tear, a high vaginal tear, and a labia tear, but no other tears. But except the placenta, I mean, that was a tear. That was a big one. I lost 2.8 liters of blood. People are saying we have 7 to 5 liters of blood in our body, so I lost a significant amount. And then I was in the intensive unit for the night. So I could not stay with my baby in the night, which was, for me, it was okay. I was tired anyway from the operation and everything, from the birth. So I wasn't really there fully aware. But when I woke up, I was in the intensive unit. I had some, big 3 needles in, 2 in this arm, 2 in the other arm, a big connection they were giving me blood infusions and some water, and I had a catheter put in for pee. That was interesting too. I didn't have to go pee, it was just peeing on its own into the bag, which was fun, kind of interesting. And what else? So what is cool is that my daughter spent her very first night in the hospital with her papa, with her daddy, which is really, really nice for me. I was so happy about that when he called me on video and he was showing me her, and he was taking care of her all night, learning how to change the diapers. The nurses showed him everything, and that was really beautiful for me to see. I wanted that. I was so happy for her. Daddy's girl now, officially. Okay. The next day I could go back to my room and I could see my baby and kiss her and nurse her, breastfeeding. I started to learn that because I didn't really have much milk coming in the beginning. So I came into the hospital on Monday and at 5 p.m. and she was born on Thursday at 5:08 p.m. and we could leave on Sunday. And then we left on Sunday and then something else happened. So this was the story of my birth. Thanks for watching. Ciao.